Ayo, and welcome to episode 4 of Create This Book Too by Moriah Elizabeth and Ashleigh Monet. That would be me. Now, since we are working in Create This Book Too, it's another short day, only 3 prompts to tackle. It is this claw. As always, the link to my Create This Book Too playlist in the description. But enough of me talking, let's jump right in and see what I can create. Opening up to our first prompt this week, create a self-portrait. Make a list of things that make you, you. Now, since this is a 2-page spread, I'm going to do 2 portraits. I'm thinking a bit of a dichotomy, 2 sides of me, kind of like expectation versus reality. If you're like, what? Just stay with me, it'll make more sense as we go. I needed to start with a background color. On camera, it looks way bold, like green screen bright. In person, this was more of a guacamole green. Okay, let's dive into the first portrait. I'm making this one the expectation side, so to speak. It's the me that most of you are familiar with, YouTube Ashleigh. Now, obviously, I want to present well for my videos, look my best, bring good energy, so on and so forth. I wouldn't say it's fake by any means, like it's definitely a big part of who I am, but I think it's fair to say that YouTube Ashleigh is the highlight version of me. Basically me putting my best foot forward. Honestly, though, I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, I know I've definitely closed out of a video or two just because the creator put in so little effort or energy, and it comes off like they don't even want to be there. Anyways, by this point, I've got the base of my sketch laid out, now to ink in the darkest black tones. Hey, that's me! Okay, now we jump to portrait number 2. This one is the quote-unquote reality side. So there's a whole other side of me outside of YouTube, and honestly, you guys really don't get to see that part. Real quick, this time around, I'm going to try inking the darkest black tones first and then add the shading to see if that works a little better. There we go. Honestly, though, even when I leave my house, I try to be at least a little presentable. But in the privacy of my own home, with no social obligations whatsoever, reality Ashleigh thrives in this environment. This is the me that my family sees about 80% of the time. 0 efforts made when it comes to appearance, and all of the energy, or lack thereof, that you would expect from any person working as a full-time nanny, housekeeper, personal chef, and part-time YouTube artist. Yeah, reality me has a lot on my plate, so a peppy, polished exterior generally falls to the wayside. Bottom priority. This portrait is pretty spot on. Next step is to cut these out. Back to the book, YouTube Ashleigh is going to go on this side, and Real World Ashleigh will go on this side. Now to make the lists of what makes each one uniquely me. First and foremost, YouTube Ashleigh is fun with a capital F. Meanwhile, Reality Ashleigh is a total killjoy. I'm the sheriff around these parts, and fun don't keep these kids in line. Another thing, YouTube Ashleigh is always well put together. Hair and makeup on point. Reality Ashleigh ain't got time for that. She's a little bit of a hot mess. My strongest trait as YouTube Ashleigh is definitely my artistic ability, but as a mom, I think my strength lies in my nurturing nature. I imagine that on YouTube, you might peg me as the type of person that's at least a little bit extroverted, but in reality, I'm most content staying home with my little family, making me quite the hermit. Also, somehow on YouTube, I come across as energetic, which is surprising considering I am realistically powered solely by caffeine. And finally, I would think YouTube Ashleigh might seem like she's 100% carefree. The truth is, I'm always thinking about my ever-growing to-do list, like doing laundry, prepping and cooking dinner, doing the dishes, taking the kids to and from school, making doctor's appointments, and on and on. I added a few background stars to this side, as she's the sparkling highlight Ashleigh. And for this side, I did some hearts, since this is where my heart truly lies. Now let's glue in the portraits. Presto! Here it is finished. Portraits are hard, but I think I did a pretty okay job. Okay, you be the judge. Is there a resemblance? Jump scare. How about now? Oh, wait. Well, that was creepy. Can we all agree that Reality Ashleigh has no place on my channel? This is YouTube Ashleigh territory. Now let's get back to the prompts. The next one we have is create an invention. Make your own invention. Draw the diagrams for it here. Gonna start by taping my edges and painting this page a deep navy blue. It'll be the perfect background for drawing up some blueprints. Now let me say, prompts like these are where my creativity kind of falls flat. Like, I don't have a viable idea for an invention. If I did, I'd be out there trying to get a patent, not sharing it with the world on YouTube. So since I got nothing, I'm just going to use this page to hype up an invention that already exists that I think is simply brilliant. Presented through Instagram, this is the Toastyware heated blanket hoodie with a pocket for your fur baby. I've never seen anything so innovative. Immediately felt like I needed this, for quality of life, of course. Unfortunately, I do think it's overpriced. Yes, I'm cheap AF, but come on, $100? And mind you, that's allegedly a 50% off sale. I wouldn't pay that for an actual heated blanket, which could warm not just me, but also Cody and all 3 of our cats at the same time. It's a nice thought, though, so if you're in the market for a $100 heated blanket hoodie, now you know where to look. So now that we've got the diagram done, I'm just going to do a cute little drawing of some lucky girl enjoying this invention along with her very happy little cat friend. It's time for liner, and yes, I'm actually going to include that footage for this prompt. I mean, with only 3 prompts this week, it's the least I can do to stretch this video out. Believe me when I say that I don't want our time together to get cut short into a pathetic 7-minute video. I want us to really hang out, savor the moments we have. All right, let's add some color. I knew the hoodie was going to be navy, so I chose a lot of golden yellows to give this picture that pop of contrast. A couple of gray accents and onto the blue. I had no idea going in just how much I'd have to layer colors just to get this shade right.
One eternity later.
All right, this girl and I, we've been going through it in the last several minutes. I had to layer her hoodie with 5 colors. I had to fix her eyes because she was looking a little cross-eyed. And I gave her an open mouth smile, but now she has no chin. I'm going to stop messing with this. Let's do a background. After much deliberation, I settled on a light blue for that background color. And with a little juicy highlight or two, she's ready to take her place on the page. Beautiful. Well, here's my finished invention page. Sorry I couldn't give you guys an original idea here, but otherwise I think it turned out nice. Well, maybe not her face. No, it's good enough. And now for the last, but my favorite prompt of the week. Create a reminder. Write something you should always remember. To be honest, I was majorly drawing a blank on what I could possibly need to remember that could also make for an interesting drawing.
Don't forget to switch the laundry from the washer to the dryer.
Boring.
Don't forget to take the chicken out of the freezer to defrost before dinner.
Boring.
I ultimately decided not to take it too literally and to throw out a totally non-practical reminder from one of my favorite movies, The Gremlins. No matter how much he cries, no matter how much he begs, never feed him after midnight. Fellow fans will know this is one of the 3 rules given to care for a mogwai. It is probably the most important rule, as when it's broken, the mogwai transform into the gremlins. Back into the book, I'll start sketching my mogwai, specifically Gizmo, on the left. My gremlin is going to go on the right side after. And sidebar, I just want to know if any other people out there find this don't feed him after midnight rule to be incredibly problematic. I mean, don't feed him after midnight? Literally every moment of the day is technically after midnight until the next day starts. It really should have been a window of time, like never feed him between the hours of midnight and sunrise, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, on to the liner, and my camera was struggling to focus this entire time, so my apologies. I find it quite annoying. Let's bust out the colored pencils. Now, the thing I dislike most about colored pencils is how long it takes to color large areas with them. This piece was no exception, so let's bide our time with a little music. Time for phase 2, the monstrous transformation that befalls any mogwai who enjoys a late night snack. I'm drawing Stripe, the ringleader of the gremlins, of course. To spare you the focus issues on this one, we just skipped right through the liner. Now time for color. Cue the music. And now we interrupt your music with some more music because it's juicy highlight time. Now to sign and date, and glue in the reminder. And here's a closer look. I'm obsessed. Stripe is super creepy and gross. Gizmo is stupid cute, just adorable. Man, I love ending these videos on a good note. So let us recap this short, albeit super fun week. We created a self-portrait showing the two sides of me, the YouTube version and the real world version. We created an invention. Well, really just helped market someone else's invention, but whatever, it's a good idea. A heated blanket hoodie with room for kitty. Someone fabricate an affordable knockoff and count me in. And lastly, we created a reminder, straight out of the Gremlins. No matter how much he cries, no matter how much he begs, never, never feed him after midnight. And with that, let me say thank you so much for watching. I think we might hit 1,000 subscribers by next week, so stay tuned because I have something special in mind. Until next time, goodbye.